Welcome to episode 5 of Daily Uploads. Today we're playing Pogo Stick Obby, or yeah, I think it's called just Pogo Obby. I'm not really sure. Probably one of the more fun games I've played on Roblox. Well, I just died. So if you guys have never played this, I would actually highly recommend it. I don't know if it's super fun to play if you're on mobile, but at least for being on the computer, it's a pretty simple obby. I mean, I died back there. You can probably beat the entire first world and probably a lot of the worlds without dying if you're trying not to die. But it's a pretty fast-paced game. Anyways, let me tell you about skiing yesterday. So we show up to the mountain probably about 1 o'clock. I don't know exactly. And there's this super easy skiing path. It's basically like a road that you would drive on, but just covered in snow, which is probably where we should have started and where I would have chosen to start if I was in charge and I knew about it. But my brother took me to this other part, and it was not as easy. If you've been skiing before, it's probably super easy. I've just never been. So I'll actually show the one video I took of me skiing at the very end of this video if you guys want to see me skiing. It's pretty atrocious. Anyways, so we start off, and just getting off the lift, I didn't even know how to turn. So I just like totally went in the wrong direction coming off of the ski lift. And then he kind of like tells me how to turn. I'm only halfway figuring it out. And then we start moving down the mountain, and I biff it almost immediately. And there was like not a lot of snow. It is March. There's not any snow where we live, and the ski resort was only 30 minutes away. When we were 5 minutes away from it, there wasn't any snow on either side of us. It wasn't until we got right up to the mountain that there was even any snow. Part of that's because they have machines to help make more snow, but part of it's just the elevation. So yeah, I crash almost immediately, and I fell onto my knee, and it hurt so bad. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bruised today. It's just a little red. It's not like a purple bruise, so it's honestly not too bad. But it hurt my knee really bad right at the very beginning, which wasn't ideal. And then I kind of got a hang of it for half a second, but then about 5-10 minutes later, it's hard to say for sure how much later it was, because a lot of my time was just spent laying down on the ground trying to get back up. But not too much later, I was going down an even steeper part, and I just kept falling again and again. It hurt so bad. It was not fun. So eventually we got almost all the way down that track, and when it actually meets up with the super easy track. And once we got to the super easy track, I went down the rest of the mountain without falling at all. I was like, okay, why did we not start with that? It was seriously so much easier. So then we went on the entirety of the super easy track, and sure enough, I only fell over once going down the entire time. And that's because I kind of went off of the course into the deep stuff, and I just fell over. But it didn't hurt. It was pretty good. And then we went down where they teach, I guess, all the kids how to ski. It's steeper than the first part, but I can't remember the word. Basically, they pack down the snow for you, so you're able to turn a lot easier, and that went better. We did that until about 4 o'clock, because at 4 o'clock they shut down all of the lifts, all of the lanes, so that they could pack down. Let's see, I think we got to reset this world, and we're going this way. So they went and they packed everything down. And right before they packed everything down, I was starting to get the hang of going back and forth. I think I might have got down the hill one time without falling before 4 o'clock. I can't remember. I might have fallen down at least once every time. And then we chilled in the car for about 30 minutes. It was pretty warm yesterday. I don't think it was like 50 degrees warm, but probably just about high 40s. So it was pretty nice before we went to the car, I was actually skiing down without anything over my head. I was just soaking in all the sunlight. It was so nice. And then we get out of the car, we go back about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes later, and it's like I completely forgot how to do everything. My biggest problem is, oh, what the word? That was weird. I don't know how he died. The biggest thing was I can only turn to my left very easily, and I think that's just because of my dominant foot. So I did high jump in high school, not to flex, but I was ranked nationally for that actually. And I could jump off of my left side. I'd kind of run up to the left, jump off my left foot, and it worked. And then when I went roller skating, I get roller skating and rollerblading confused sometimes. I went now I'm not sure. The one with 4 wheels, and it's like a lot harder. That's not the wheels in a line. There's a wheel on each corner of the shoe. I did that, and you just spin circles the entire time, or not spin circles, but you just go in circles the entire time. And I noticed that when we're turning counterclockwise, the same way that I high jump, it was super easy for me. I picked up roller skating or blading in a matter of like minutes going that way. But when skating the other way, I could still do it way better than skiing for sure, but it was just so much more difficult for me to turn that way for some reason. And the same thing basically happened while I was skiing. I just could only turn one way very well. I also kept turning too sharp up the hill, so I'd be going right and I'd try to turn left, but I'd turn almost like completely around, and then I'd start going down the hill backwards. Oh, it was so bad. There was once or twice where I started going backwards, and I just like did a full 360. It probably looked like I meant to do it, even though I 100% did not. And then I completely forgot about this until just now. Ooh, saved myself right there. So when we went back out, my brother was like, let's go to the top of this lift. You can go down this one part that's a little bit harder, but then you can cut across to the easier track, which I think would have been fine. I knew I was going to fall on the harder track. I wasn't expecting to do it well. And there's nothing wrong with just falling over a whole ton. I'm completely okay with that. The problem is, almost right as it started, one of my skis popped off. And normally, I guess you buy like $200 skis or something like that. I don't know if they actually have to be that expensive, but you should buy good skis if you want to be a good skier, probably. The skis I were using, my brother got for $12 off of some guy, and they were kind of broken. So the brakes didn't work on them. And so my ski popped off, and it just went like halfway down the hill, almost all the way to the next checkpoint. So then I had to ski down the hill on one ski, basically just like falling down or sliding down on my butt the entire time. It was kind of fun, honestly, just having the one ski and sliding down like that as if I was on a giant slide. The only problem with it is I got so much snow in my gloves and like up my back. It was just so cold, so freezing. I'll do one more world right here since I still have some stuff to talk about. So eventually I got down to the part where it's the easy part. I think it's called like Skier's Lane or Skiers, I don't even remember. It's just where they teach all the kids how to ski, or I should say the inexperienced people, because that's where I was the rest of my time there. And I just could not for the life of me stop falling over. So I kept going and going. Eventually I told my brother, I was like, yeah, you can just go do the harder stuff and I'll just stay on this one. We can meet up later. So at one point he was like, I'm gonna go do one of these harder ones if you want to do this one like 2 more times and then we can leave. So I did the one I was on 1 more time, and on my last time I made it all the way down the mountain without falling. I was super close this one time, but I got all the way down. I wasn't, compared to someone who actually knows how to ski, I wasn't going fast, but compared to myself the rest of the day, I was going pretty fast. And so I was like, you know what? I think we're just gonna end on that one. I probably had time to maybe go down one more time, but I just called it a day there. Skied until about 6:30, so probably about 5 hours of skiing in total. And that was it. I want to finish this level before I end the video. I don't know what else I'm going to talk about, so you're free to stay here. But if you just want to see the part of me skiing, skip to about the last 1 minute of the video. So I believe I have 52 seconds of skiing recorded. I shouldn't call it 52 seconds of skiing. I should call it 52 seconds of standing on skis and about 12 seconds of skiing before I fall over. It was so bad. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened. I think that was about it. There was this one guy, when I lost my ski, he came over to me and he's like, do the new skis not come with brakes? And I don't even know what he was going on about. He's being kind of a jerk. Like, bro, this is my first time ever skiing. I just lost my ski all the way down the mountain and you want to come over here and start cracking jokes? Like, come on. The ski patrol was, not the ski patrol, but like the lift operators were pretty funny. After, I think this was after the 4 o'clock break when we went back for the first time maybe? Or maybe it was right before the 4 o'clock break. We're getting onto the lift and the people who help you kind of get onto the chairs and everything, they just turned to me and they're like, how new are you on the skis? I was like, oh boy, no way it's that obvious. And I was like, yeah, this is my first day. They said I was doing decent for a first day, but I feel like they were kind of just saying that to make me feel good. Oh my goodness, why do we keep dying? I need to lock in a little more here. There we go. There was also Ski Patrol who comes down all the different ones, and they found us at the very beginning, and they were like very similar, because I was just laying there, struggling to get up. Like, are you good? Like, I'm fine, I'm just figuring it out. It was pretty funny. So, I don't know if I enjoyed it enough to like, I mean, I'll probably go again at some point in my life. If my kids want to ski, then maybe I'll get into it again. I just don't know if I care about it enough to go and spend money on skis, on a ski pass, all that stuff. Because everything I was using yesterday was borrowed. The only thing on my body that like I owned, I'm pretty sure, were my socks. All the coats, all the skis, the boots, even the passes. My parents' neighbor, a guy I used to kind of visit, he's the one that gave us the passes because I guess he's on the ski patrol. So it was a good one-time experience that I'll probably experience at some other time in the future. That's gonna be it for today's video. I was hoping I could like show my face to you guys, but I can't. So let's just roll a clip of me skiing now.
Woo, yeah! Ah! Ah! Oh yeah! I'm basically professional, everybody. So I don't really. All right, let me show you how.
Move.
You ski.
Oh no.
This is how you ski backwards. And then this is how you ski forward. This is after about 15 minutes of learning, would you say?
Yeah. 10 falls.
We don't measure by falls. Uh-oh, wait.